It's a curious thing. People have trouble talking about it. In fact, in some cases, it's considered rude to even bring it up. Rarely do we really want to apply focus, and when we are having issues with it, it can be overwhelming. Heck, it's not one of the #1 causes of divorce. Of course, I'm talking about money. The reason we're all in business and something that we will all contend with. In fact, every entrepreneur I know, and quite frankly, every human being I know, has run into issues with cash flow or just not having enough money for what is going on in the present. There are typically 2 ways that entrepreneurs, and everyone else, deals with this issue. The first one is consuming, where money issues are the only thing someone focuses on, and it can become paralyzing. Or the second way, the avoiding, where people pretend like they aren't focusing on the money issues at all and going out about business as usual. Let's be honest, when it comes to money, either of these 2 really reactive ways of dealing with it are difficult and will stall you from moving forward. Here's a simple 3-step plan anyone can apply. The first step, you need to know how much money you're actually really needing to spend. Collect all of your monthly expenses so you know exactly what the number you need is. Then, look at how much income you have and determine how much you need to cut. And then, immediately, and if you can, unemotionally, minimize or cancel any bill that you can. The second step of this process, place an incredibly high focus on closing any sales or any revenue-generating activity that you can create short-term cash flow with right now. Make a list of everywhere you can create cash flow. If necessary, offer incentives or short-term discounts in order to bring cash into your business and work daily to bring money in. And, this is important, celebrate each time money does come in. Even if it's not enough, even if it doesn't solve the problem, start working towards a positive focus around money. And the third step, make a commitment and focus daily on activities that will create cash flow moving forward and in the future. See, if you focus exclusively on the short term, you will solve your cash flow issue right now, but we don't want a temporary correction. We want this to last. Focus on lead generation and activities that will bring in new business. Make the calls that need to be made and ask for business and hold yourself accountable to doing so. And here's a big one. Create a list of the top 20, and if you have them, the top 50 advocates within your sphere, and call them and see if you can generate referral business. Focus outward, and you will start to see activity coming inward. Once you've done these tactical activities, then you can shift your focus to looking at the assets you have other than money in order to increase your confidence and create a positive outlook in a very challenging situation. Remember, your experience, abilities, your network, your client list, and more are all assets that you are still very wealthy in. They just aren't as easy to measure as money. Recently, Cadey and I were out to dinner with a friend of ours that we have a tremendous amount of respect for. He's an amazing entrepreneur. He and his wife were telling us about their current situation, and they were in a really challenging financial space. I've been there. I've been there with Cadey. In fact, we've been in the worst financial challenges anyone can be. We made it through. So we shared with him the process I just shared with you, and we told him how that is the exact process we used to get out of the worst financial situation of our lives. We convinced him to go back and really look at his priorities. Well, he made his list, and he started cutting, and he and his wife decided they were going to sell the big house, get rid of anything that they didn't need, cancel every subscription that they didn't absolutely have to have, and he said it was one of the most frightening decisions or set of decisions that they had ever come to, and as they went into it, he was terrified. And then, within moments of making the commitment, he felt relief and energy. That's what happens when you start to correct your money issues instead of obsessing or avoiding them. When Cadey and I went through the worst financial times of our lives, in 2007, when we decided we had to declare bankruptcy, every night my wife had the wisdom to make sure that each of us told the other 3 things we were thankful for. This created positive energy and confidence. Her insistence that we focus on the positive and that we go through this list in incredible detail and get as much as we can done didn't just help us out of bankruptcy. I'm convinced it got us to where we are today. When there's money issues, they can be overwhelming. But when we focus on actually addressing them instead of obsessing or avoiding, we start to correct them and we can move forward. Thanks for stopping by. It's always our pleasure to be able to help you, and we hope that this helps you move forward for one of the most challenging issues anyone can face, cash flow. If you like this information, we would love to have you as a subscriber. Cadey and I share information on this blog as often as we can, and we would love to continue to share with you. Come back, and we'll help you build a business around who you are so it will give to you indefinitely.